The fresh new OnePlus 7 and this here Pro model come boasting some serious hardware upgrades, but they also come packing a bugger ton of new software features courtesy of OxygenOS version 9.5. From the sexified gaming mode to the stress-busting new Zen Mode, and of course a whole bunch of new camera tools, this latest version of OxygenOS is definitely a worthy update. So let's run through some of those new OxygenOS features you'll find on the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro compared with the older OnePlus 6T. And don't forget, for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech, to poke, subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So first up, one of the new features added in OxygenOS version 9.5 for the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro is a nifty bit of screen recording, which was actually suggested by the OnePlus community. Now, this can be quickly and easily accessed at any point simply by dragging down that there notifications bar, and you should see the screen recorder function right there. Give that a little tappy tap tap, and you'll notice that this wee doohickey here pops up onto the screen. This is the screen recorder tool, of course, and it can be dragged around the display and positioned basically wherever you want, so it's least intrusive. It's nice and easy to use, as you'd expect when you want to start recording. Just tap that big red button. As you'll see, a timer will start showing you exactly how long you've been recording for, and at any point you can just give it a little tap and then pause. And when you want to finish your recording, just hit the stop. And we get a little notification there just confirming that your recording has been saved into your gallery, so you can check it out at any time, you can share it, and of course you can quickly delete it as well if you'd made a bit of a boo-boo. There's absolutely no limit on how long you can record for, and you can also pause the recording at any point just by hibernating the OnePlus 7, and then when you wake it back up again, the recording will once again start up. There are loads of different screen recorder options that you can play around with as well. No prizes for guessing how you access those, just a quick tap of that middle cog and up pops the menu. In here, for instance, you can change the quality of the recording, both the resolution all the way up to 2340 by 1080 and also the bitrate up to 20 megabytes per second. So for instance, you can choose whether to have your on-screen touches actually indicated with the little white dot, and you can also change up the source of the audio, either using the internal sounds, the external mic, or no audio at all. And just for the curious, yes, the screen recorder function does indeed work for recording YouTube videos complete with sound. However, as you would expect, it is of course blocked by the likes of Netflix, so all you'll get if you try to record that is just basically a black screen and no sound. Next up, OnePlus has updated its nifty gaming mode for OxygenOS version 9.5. So now, for instance, you've got greater control over what your display does during gaming, and you've also got more enhanced notification blocking as well. One of the biggest additions, however, is the new Fnatic mode, which you can access at any point by pulling down the notifications and just giving that option a little tap. This is basically a super serious gaming mode. As you can see here, it basically culls everything in the background, gives ultimate priority to whatever game you're playing, in this case a nice bit of PUBG Mobile. You'll get zero notifications from any other apps while you're gaming, probably because they've all basically been killed in the background. And with Fnatic mode, your game gets full network priority as well, which is particularly helpful for online titles like PUBG. That means that if you do have a secondary SIM on the go as well, that will be completely cut out of the action, so only the primary SIM will operate. Note, however, that while the standard gaming enhancements will be on the OnePlus 7, the Fnatic mode is an exclusive to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Also, while the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro lack a dedicated notifications light, they do still indicate notifications on that lock screen. When you get a notification, the edges of the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro's display will light up. It looks absolutely stunning. And of course, if you've got the always on display active as well, you'll also get a little notification popping up there. Now, one of the other completely new OxygenOS additions for the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro is the fresh new Zen Mode. This is designed to basically disconnect you from the world. It culls all of the major functionality of the phone. So basically it means you can switch off and relax, chill, do whatever it is you do when you're completely alone for 20 minutes. Just stroke the cat. And that's not a euphemism. Zen Mode will completely kill all activity on the phone and won't allow you to do anything bar making emergency calls, and also use the camera as well. And it works for 20 minutes exactly. There's no way of changing that time limit. With Zen Mode, there is absolutely zero backseas. Once you are committed to it, that's you in there for the next 20 minutes. I've got to admit, before I hit that big black stop button, I do feel my blood pressure smashing through the roof. But once you're in there, at least you've got 20 minutes of peace in order to relax. Now, one Android Pie feature missing from other OnePlus handsets is digital well-being, but this has been brought to the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro in OxygenOS 9.5. For anyone who isn't familiar with digital well-being, it's basically a form of digital nanny, which tells you exactly how much of your life you squandered on stuff like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Actually, no, time spent on YouTube definitely isn't time squandered. Watch more YouTube videos, specifically my YouTube videos. Cheers! Digital well-being can prove a bit of a nasty wake-up call, but it does have the helpful wind-down feature as well, which allows you to set a bedtime schedule. This can basically turn the screen monochrome, set a night light, set do not disturb, things like that. Simple little things that help you to get into the mood to get all snuggled with Teddy. Yet another new OxygenOS feature found here on the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro is found in the system section. If you dive right down to the bottom, you'll spot the new RAM Boost tool. RAM Boost does exactly what you would expect it to. Basically prioritizes those apps that you use the most, make sure they've got plenty of memory in order to run smoothly. And meanwhile, any apps that you don't really make much use of are culled in the background. Dive on into the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro's utilities menu and you'll notice a new feature in there as well, namely quick reply in landscape. This isn't anything particularly exciting though, as the name kind of implies. It just allows you to quickly reply to WhatsApp messages as they ping through when you're in landscape mode using a floating keyboard. And lastly, you'll also find a couple of notable camera updates here in OxygenOS 9.5. So for one, the night mode has been improved with Nightscape 2.0. This offers general all-round improvements when shooting at night. You'll get less noise and better shadow definition, some great stuff. And when you're shooting standard everyday shots, OnePlus's new Ultra Shot feature will automatically take effect. This includes two major improvements. You've got HDR Plus, which now takes different exposure level shots and combines them all to give you a nice balanced result. Definitely a very much needed upgrade. And meanwhile, Super Resolution will basically combine the visual data from lots of images in order to improve the detail levels and again the color clarity. So right there is my rundown of the best new features found in OxygenOS 9.5 here on the OnePlus 7 and the OnePlus 7 Pro. So what do you reckon about the new updates? Are they worthy? Are there any features that you would like to see stuffed in there? Definitely let us know down in the comments below. And please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Cheers everyone. Love you.